It's simply a dog eat dog world. Either you're going to do what it takes or you're going to get left behind. Calculate these things, see the number for how much it is. And if you're not at that number yet, that should keep you going every single day for real. What's up guys, it's Afro Angie for Kingdom and Community. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. On this channel, I talk about filmmaking, entrepreneurship / mompreneurship, because I'm a mama, and a little bit of activism. So if those things sound like something that you're interested in, be sure to subscribe and join the tribe. In today's video, we're going to talk about how I stay motivated / disciplined. Some people say that you don't need motivation, you need discipline. And while I do think that is true, there are some things that motivate me to stay disciplined. Right now, I'm doing a personal 90-day challenge. Today is day 38. Part of this challenge, I'm trying to become a better entrepreneur and a better content creator. Me and my husband own a media company, and so content creation is pretty much part of our business. We just create content for other people and other organizations. As I become a better content creator, I will be able to show the value to our clients that much more. Me creating this video is a part of me keeping my commitment to myself, staying motivated and disciplined. But I must say, in this 90-day challenge, I'm kind of doing my thing a little bit. Matter of fact, somebody on TikTok, I make videos of each day of this challenge, and somebody in the comments one day was like, I need your discipline. And I was like, girl, I be wanting to give up all the time, but I just ask God to help me, and he helps me, and he reminds me of things that I use to keep myself going. I think that it is so important for people who have a desire that they want in life, people who are responsible for other people, whether it's their children, even if you don't necessarily want the responsibility of helping your family, but you know that that's something that kind of is on you, you know? If you're in school, if people are looking to you, that's kind of a heavy weight to carry, but sometimes you kind of have to carry it, you know? A lot of people in society and in this world will tell you to not care about anything but yourself, focus only on yourself. I personally don't agree with that, but I do think you have to take care of yourself first, and I think that self-discipline is probably the strongest form of self-love. In this 90-day challenge, some things that I've been doing are waking up at 5 a.m. and guys, I think I'm gonna have to start waking up at like 4:30 because it turns out that my son is a morning person too. And I wake up that early to get myself together. Can't get myself together if my son is also up with me. So I've been waking up very early. I've been trying to cook more, clean meals, or just cook more in general, stay on top of laundry, dishes, work out every single day, journal, create content. The list goes on and on. It's quite a lot of things that I'm striving to do. The old Angie dreamed of being this woman, and I'm still not where I want to be, but even to be at this point, the old Angie probably never thought that this was even possible. She would try, she would try, she would try, she would stop. She would try, she would try, she would try, she would stop. Thank God, at least in this season, I feel I'm at the highest performance that I've ever been. I want to talk about 3 things that are really fueling me to keep going, to stay motivated and stay disciplined. The first thing that motivates me to stay disciplined is avoiding discomfort. I grew up, my situation was not ideal for me. Now, there are a lot of great things that came from my upbringing. I learned a lot of resilience. I learned a lot of gratitude. I learned how to handle things, deal with stress, things that I'm so grateful that I went through because it has made me a more capable woman, I would say. But going through them at the time was not fun. Okay? So that is a really big thing that fuels me. I do not want to experience the level of poverty I grew up in, you know, missing out on a lot of things. Now, granted, in this season that I'm in as an entrepreneur, I still miss out on things, but it's more so a sacrifice that I'm choosing rather than something I don't even have a choice to partake in, if that makes sense. And on top of that, growing up, I was dealing with a lot of pressure, dealing with a lot of stress. And when I was in high school, I was taking these extremely advanced classes. They were called International Baccalaureate, or IB. And one thing that sticks with me to this day is how I let myself down. I did not reach my full potential in high school. Yes, I was going through a lot, but I feel like I probably still could have pushed myself a little bit more had I had my mindset right and stayed focused on what truly mattered. Sometimes I will let things get to me, like my friends don't have to go through all this, or nobody knows what I'm going through, and just really having a pity party for how much I was going through, and it was a lot. But I know that there are probably people in other places who were going through way more things and still performed. There was a class that I didn't get this IB credit for. I still, got the credit for high school matriculation, but I ended up not graduating with the International Baccalaureate, graduation stole. And you don't do all that work, being in these classes since middle school to not get that graduation stole. Like, you want to get that, but I wasn't able to complete an assignment because I was just pitying myself. I wasn't disciplined. Anytime I had free time, I would rather watch TV, scroll on social media, or just do anything to avoid doing a little extra work, and on one hand, yes, I may have been a little bit burnt out, but on the other hand, I'm in the season now where I have a lot on my plate still as an entrepreneur, as a mom, as a wife, but I'm able to handle it better. I don't ever want to feel like, dang, Angie, you could have pushed yourself a little bit more, and I didn't. That's a really bad feeling. And even though I'm fine, I graduated from college, I'm doing well, I love my life, I still sometimes wonder, like, how much further could I have gone had I kept that momentum in high school, even though I was going through that, There's other kinds of discomfort that I want to avoid now in this season that I'm in life. I feel like as the cost of living goes up, so will the competition. It's simply a dog-eat-dog world. Either you're going to do what it takes or you're going to get left behind. And I personally wish that it was not like that. I don't like that that's how the world is, but that is how the world is. And because I have a son and might even want to have more children one day, because I desire a certain quality of life, I know no one's going to just give that to me. I'm not going to just sit and expect that to happen. I'm going to have to work for it. And since the cost of living is going up, I'm going to have to work a little bit harder for it, and maybe that's not fair. Maybe there's somebody to blame for it or somebody's greedy somewhere, but this is my personal reality, and I simply want what I want. But the fact that the cost of living is going to make the competition increase, that motivates me. I don't want to let myself slack too much. I feel like there's a smaller margin of error these days. People are going to have to be real with themselves about that in this new era that we're in, or it's going to get kind of scary for people. And I even think about there are going to be people who maybe aren't applying themselves, and I want to be prepared mentally, physically, to stay on alert for those who might be hurting, because of the things that we're going through in today's time. We've also experienced a couple of setbacks in business, and I'm learning that business is all about resilience and overcoming, but maybe there are some setbacks that we can avoid moving forward now that we have had the experience and got a little bit more education. I'm motivated to stay disciplined, to keep doing the best I can, to keep getting as good as I can, to keep learning as much as I can, because I don't want to experience more setbacks than I have to in this business journey. Also, being kind of a new entrepreneur, I would still say we're fairly new. We're in year 4 currently. I'm also a Gen Z entrepreneur. I feel like those things come with a lot of doubt. It comes with a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? Scrutiny. It comes with a lot of scrutiny. You have to prove yourself more so than the average business person who's already, a little bit older, has a little bit more business acumen. I'm still ready to play ball with the best of them, okay? Maybe I shouldn't feel that way yet. Maybe I should, be a little bit more realistic, but I'm going to try. And since I'm going to try, I need to make sure that when I try, I'm coming, to play. I'm coming prepared, poised. I don't just look like a rookie. Even though I might be a rookie, to the best of my ability, I'm going to try to train like a professional. Avoiding discomfort is a big thing that motivates me to stay disciplined. The second thing that motivates me to stay disciplined, and again, this is secondary, probably even the third thing on the list that motivates me, is working towards desires. I do love the finer things in life. Even though I grew up relatively poor, I would say I was fortunate enough to see how the wealthier people lived. I used to babysit for wealthy people. I went on a vacation with people who had money, a couple of those. Especially being in the kind of classes that I was in high school, I had access to people who had quote unquote made it or definitely didn't have to struggle. Like, I had to struggle. Seeing that, being able to experience some of those things, I want to experience those things again. It made me hungry, okay? I definitely am working towards being able to, Lord willing, have that for myself and for my family. I feel like material things also kind of give you credibility in this business world. Again, it's something that I personally do not like. I wish that it was not this way, but I'm learning that it just is. I definitely want to be taken seriously. So although I personally don't care about things like what kind of car or what kind of clothes and things like that, I know that they are small signals that this person knows what they're doing, they can be trusted, and you might want to get to know this person or be associated with them, which often turns into more revenue. So those are things that would be a nice, cherry on top. Not the main thing that I'm focused on, but it does motivate me to stay disciplined. Also, having a son, that has definitely kicked things into gear for me. I've always wanted to be someone that wakes up super early and has this perfect morning routine that accomplishes so much before 9 a.m. And I was not able to do this until I had my son. Just knowing that when he wakes up, he's going to need my attention. He's going to need me to feed him, change his diaper, all kinds of things. I never want him to feel like a burden. I never want my husband to feel like a burden. These are blessings that I'm grateful to have. Because I'm grateful to have them, I want to be able to be disciplined enough to do what I can do so that I can be a blessing to them. Thankfully, when you have family, you should be able to lean on each other. You're not always going to be perfect, but to the best of your ability, or at least I personally, to the best of my ability, never want to be a burden. I always want to be an asset. So I'm extremely motivated to stay disciplined so that I can be helpful to people. I want to be useful. I want to be someone that you're happy to have on your team. People probably shouldn't be selfish, but they are, like we all have things that we need. And I never want to be someone that's just an additional responsibility for someone. I want to be able to handle myself and add to people's lives. So that's a big thing that motivates me to stay disciplined, especially having a son. I'm not someone that wants to give my son everything I never had. Personally, I want my kids to work for things. I do. But I don't want them to have to go without necessities. And I want to be able to reward them for if they do work hard, for if my son does get good grades in school, or if he's really good at a certain sport. I want to be able to reward him and allow him to go further in whatever it is he cares about. So while he's little, and while I have a little bit more time, like right now he's taking a nap, I'm motivated to try to record more content because when he wakes up, it's going to be time to feed him. Tonight is bath night. Those types of things motivate me to be disciplined and make the most of everything I can, make the most of all the time that I do have. Time is so much more precious and valuable to me because I have to split it in more ways now. Also, because I have faith that if it's in God's will, I will receive the things that I'm praying for. When I get them, I want to be prepared. So I'm not just trying to be prepared to play with the big dogs in the business world. I want to be prepared to receive the things that God has for me. So I'm working towards them, and that motivates me. But I'm also motivated because when I get them, Lord willing, I want to be someone that can handle them. I want to be someone that's going to give the glory back to God. I want to be someone that can carry them well. And this is kind of tying into my last and most important point. The biggest thing, good days, bad days, everything in between. What motivates me to stay disciplined the most is gratitude. I am so grateful. That my situation now isn't what it used to be growing up. It hurts my heart to know of people who are going through other situations. We all hear those stories of someone that's going through something that you're not going through. I'm grateful. I know that it could be me at any moment. And since it's not today, let me do the best I can do, because tomorrow it might be. So if I'm prepared today, maybe tomorrow, if it is me, I can handle it a little bit better. The fact that it's not me today, I don't want to waste that. Someone didn't wake up today, and I did. How dare I not do the best I can do? And then, like I was saying earlier, I'm so thankful for my family. I'm so thankful to have a business. I want to be able to carry these blessings well. I don't want to just be like, man, I got this, I got that, but I don't have this, so I'm not even going to take care of it. No, I don't want to be like that. And I really challenge you, if you are someone that's in your season of waiting, or you're desiring things that you don't have yet, look at what you do have. Look at the family that you do have, the friends you do have. You might want a better car, but look at the car you do have. And listen. My car is a hot mess, okay? But it drives. So I love that car. I'm appreciative of what I have, even when it's not perfect. I'm trying to lose weight right now. I'm trying to tone up, but I'm still thankful that my body moves. Some people cannot move their body. Being grateful for what you have, I feel like, man, it really motivates me. Like, there's days when I don't really feel like motivated to do as much as I know I could do, and then I'll scroll on social media and see someone else's tragic news, and I'm like, dang, like, what am I doing? Why do I have any kind of complaints in my heart? You have the right to feel how you want to feel. I would never tell anyone that doesn't matter, because if it matters to you, then it does matter. But in the grand scheme of things could always be so much worse. Sometimes on an hourly basis, because we all have those days where it's like, oh my gosh, like this day's going on forever. How can I keep going? Those are some of the reasons why I keep going. Those are some of the things that keep me going. Avoiding discomfort. Have you gone through something that you didn't want to experience? How can you make sure you don't have to go through that again? As the world keeps getting more progressive, as the cost of living is going up, technology is changing, what are you doing to prepare yourself to navigate the changes that we are inevitably going to face? Are you going to be prepared for that? Are you disciplined enough to get prepared for that? What are the desires you have? What is the new car you want? Calculate how much that car is. Calculate how much that new house. Calculate the plane tickets to the trips you want to go to. Calculate the hotel rooms. Like, calculate these things. See the number for how much it is. And if you're not at that number yet, that should keep you going every single day, for real. You have to put things into perspective, like real deal perspective. When you want something, what's it going to take to get that? Every day you feel like, oh, I want to sleep in. Oh, I don't feel like working on it. Do you have that thing yet? And if you don't, I mean, okay, do what you want to do, but your actions at this point are not aligning with what you say you want. And then finally, have gratitude. The fact that you can even dream of wanting to do more. The fact that we have planes, that you could take trips and you can go somewhere, you know? The fact that we live in a society where you can aim for more. Like, this is not how the world has always been. Appreciate every little thing. That's something that's going to give you that much more fuel to keep going. So I hope that you have found this video helpful. If you have, let me know something that stood out to you in the comments. And also let me know some of your tips and tools that you use to keep yourself motivated and disciplined no matter what you're going through. Until next time, family, seek the kingdom and serve the community.